This meeting stated that there was a box truck in the right-hand lane, struck the passenger side near a curb to avoid, and collided with the vehicle that you're with in the left rear lane.
Yes, there you go. Charles, 22. UT 30, what is David?
David 22.
Right.
Unseen.
Medic something. There's no 367 intersection. Got it. Dispatch traffic up. Good. Clear from St. Charles. Show me en route back to LCJ.
Back to LCJ.
Parking lot rating, King Lincoln George 7244. King Lincoln George 7244 for Black Cube 1.
Clear.
So 180 dispatch.
198.
Alright, 55 on range range. 2600.
We got a 125 days more. But this is a 125 days for the street.
Yeah, 63 at Oak Shade Dairy, 14. Give me David. Shade Canyon 5. George Union David 1677. George Union David 1677.
121 David. 198 Old Street here.
I'm sorry, it was 125 gains more.
Okay.
47. Can you call my person when you get in?
What's up, buddy? Pretty happy anything on it, so I'm back to my car. 170.
Good, AXE. Sorry. I got you on both. Sorry. So I got a couple texts.
Baker.
611 Baker.
I'm doing all right. I'm going to get
930 Baker. 930
something
Baker.
notarized. And I got to put it in the mail. But I'm going to get the car, wash the truck first. We're going to the concert tonight. I want the truck to be clean for the wifey. Yeah, I'm not even going to Green Springs today. I did most of the stuff I needed to do remotely.
1388 hit off.
1388 logging out.
What are you doing with County Traffic Stop?
$329, go ahead.
How's your day going, bud?
East Union, Elmwood, Ohio, King David X-Ray, 3752.
Here.
Yeah, 32 track.
Good.
Yeah, when I worked the election back in May, I never got paid for it.
475 West.
So they called me last week asking if I was going to get ready to take the class for the general election in November. I said, well, no, because you guys didn't pay me for the last time I did it. And they said, well, a check was issued and it was cashed. I said, well, it wasn't by me, and it wasn't. You know, I'm like, I would have known. And they gave the exact amount. I checked all my accounts, and I never made a deposit for that amount. So I'm like, no, I did not get that check.
Yes, 666, you calling? That was the RO and all set. Clear. Right, just checking my portal. Your portal's good. 73, that's going to change the records.
So I have to sign an affidavit saying that I didn't receive it or cash it.
37, sir, for UTMC. We have an employee reporting an elderly female leaning on her walker in lot 42. Lot 42. 37. Can you once again please give me the last for the LSO and a paper served? Your keeper service clear. Thank you. Paper served, please.
Yeah, I'm sure someone at the Board of Elections took that check and cashed it.
49, y'all set.
So I'm going to submit this affidavit today. Go to the post office, mail it right off. I got a friend that's a notary. She works at the other Ford dealership up here in Maumee. So
In the city right away.
I ain't going to pay for a notary to get money that's owed to me. So she's a cool lady.
Over.
371.
Yeah, I mean, that election day is an all-day affair. I mean, the night before is just for a few hours while you set the equipment up. But then you're there at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning for them to open by 6. And then you're there all day till like 8:30, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then you got to close all the machines and tally all the votes. So, I mean, it's kind of electronic. It is technically it's on paper because all our voting machines do is print your ballot out once you've made your choices, and then it lets you review it. It prints it out. You can look at the paper, and if it's still not right, you can have it fixed. So Ohio, at least in Lucas County, they actually do a decent job. But I think they're pushing to get rid of even these type of things. I mean, this actually makes it easy because it puts an electronic code on there. I mean, that could be manipulated probably according to the elections, But
23, okay. C4 and last.
Hey, 23.
Yeah.
Jail 3.
329 in the county. Oh, yeah.
37, repeat.
I'm gonna give these guys one more fucking try. They've pissed me off the last couple times I've been out here, just because it doesn't get. I mean, you pay for a good car wash, and they don't do a very good job sometimes. So we'll give them one more try, and if they fuck it up, we're not coming here no more. There's a bunch of new car washes open now. Fucking took forever for that thing to print. Looks like my buddy's car. He's got an RX 350 just like that. Yeah, I hope I get it too. He said if I don't, I won't be working this next election. I can't even think what they're voting on for this next election. It can't be much.
We're trying to edit his on a piece. Go ahead.
Fucking idiots. I mean, does it smell that bad that they have to do it? Yeah, but I don't think it's a gubernatorial election. They didn't even have a primary yet. I think the election is next year. I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure Ohio's election is in 2026 for the governor. All right, he's getting those bugs. I was worried about whether or not they were going to get those bugs in the front. Really spending some time on it. You must have felt my vibe. If this disconnects inside here, I'll restart it. I'm not sure how well the Wi-Fi will work inside. Car wash. Trying to keep the new wheels looking pretty. I already have almost 3,500 miles on this thing, though. XC Dirty's over on Rumble. Come join them. What's that noise? already have a fucking chip. Brandy's Ford Collision Center, mommy. Worries. Yeah, I did see that. I was watching. Crowder actually did an extended show today on it. They already have the dude's manifest. Another tranny terrorist. They already have the manifesto. Wonder if what the quartering is going to have on it. He's just went live too.
Is what your brain has been waiting for. News, politics, and issues enhanced. You have just joined the Will Catholic Tour.
Something's not right with my Bluetooth audio for some reason. Not coming through. This is so weird. Yeah, it's a bit disturbing. It seems to be one specific type of person lately with all these shootings and shit. We're supposed to try and bend over backwards to make life easier for them. Not sure it's going to work out that way. I think I'm getting right off the freeway here. I don't even know if does this lane even disappear? No. Yeah. I don't know why cornering's not working. Maybe my phone. No. Oh, I must have hit fucking mute. Why is this muted? Oh no, that's that. Why is this not working? It's like, huh? Let's see if this works. Actually, after that, after that. Not sure what's going on here. Not sure what's going on here. Let me just reboot my phone, see if this helps, because something's not right. Oh.
So let me ask you something though. If you're on MS now, what are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? It really is fascinating to watch these people try to do the reverse analysis of saying, well, this is what conservatives were all against. But shouldn't you be happy if Trump is doing things that you wanted done? Again, I don't agree with the idea of the United States taking equity shares or equity stakes in companies because of the likes of Elizabeth Warren and others that will, if these things go through, let's be honest, you know it will not end up good. You know it won't end up good. Because if the Democrats take back power and the government holds equity stakes in these companies, they're just going to bring back DEI. Right? They're just going to bring back DEI.
Yeah, it just seems like it's been happening. It's been pretty prevalent with one.
If you give the government part ownership specific, of a company that Democrats are now in charge, they're just going to bring back, the DEI. All right, 1-695 Patriot 957-2874. Coming up in a little bit, Dr. Richard Creighton from Harvard Medical School is going to talk about how the woke ideology basically ruined everything. His book is A Godless Crusade, the Progressive Campaign to Rid the World of Religion. Let me get a couple calls here. Martin, Virginia, you're the locale majority. Hello.
Hey, just wanted to go off subject just to let you know, I think that Taylor Swift engagement is technically off because his knee was not touching the ground when he proposed. Anyway, that's a technicality.
I didn't know that was an actual requirement.
Well, according to my favorite news source, the Babylon Bee. So anyway,
okay, Harry, yes.
But anyway, with regards to the Electoral College and the vote, the Constitution describes the vote for president as the Electoral College voting, and so it's not a technicality.
I mean, we can watch the video, but like the video is weird in that he's clearly like a zoomer and he's just like saying memes like skibbity and stuff like that. But like it seems like a pretty just a normal dude who got obsessed. Like there was that shooter in Wisconsin that basically one? What's that? The female one. Who became obsessed with school shooters, and it seems like this guy did too. And
did he kill himself also?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So
he brought a special gun.
What was special about it?
Well, he brought a specific gun to off himself. I don't know. If there was something special to him about it, but yeah, he's a part of the 47% now, or whatever that the percent is that people say, or that is true.
In the manifesto, he was describing how he's going to put the knife in his heart.
Well, in the video, he said that this one's for me, and I'm going to, off myself that way. Now, he did die of a gunshot, but maybe he also stabbed himself. I don't know. I think stabbing yourself is very, very, very hard to do. I remember famously Elliott Smith did it, and I really liked him as a musician when I was young, and I was like, it's hard to overcome like the will to sort of like your body's kind of core will to survive.
Right, I'll be right back.
Use guns because you can just pull the trigger, but like stabbing yourself, I think is a pretty hard thing to pull off.
This Brandon Herrera thing is super weird. I mean, there was also a magazine that had the words written on it, sponsored by BlackRock, which also is super strange and weird here. So I think, if we're looking for any kind of coherent understanding from a mentally ill person, I don't think we're going to get it. I think, not showing his face, I think is going to be, in my opinion, important. Focusing more on the victims, I think also is a little bit more.
I respect that, but I like showing their faces because they all have the same look to me. And I think if we get better at pattern recognition, like I could look at this guy and be like, I'm going to stay away from him.
Well, they have the blank soulless stare, and there's also kind of evil satanic type of messaging that was also inscribed onto the rifle as well. So, evil is just, I think, also an easy way to kind of describe everything that's kind of happening here. Demonic is another, some people will automatically say it's satanic. But I think it does take a certain level of evil to do those type of particular actions. And it might be an easy kind of generalization, but I think that one is true.
I mean, Hannah Claire, what are the odds of you homeschooling at this point?
Oh my gosh. Well, there are a lot of factors that go into that. I think homeschooling is great for a lot of things. I would be sad if parents only did it out of fear as opposed to just being like, it's a cool way to give opportunities. What strikes me about this, of course, and knowing that the gunman, his mom worked there, and so therefore he knew kind of the traditions of the school. Like, to pick a school that is K through 8 in the middle of a religious service where you know everyone's going to be gathered into one space. It's just so cowardly. And if whatever this claim is, like I have cancer, so therefore I'm going to die so other people should, to fulfill my own ego or my own psychotic desires, like it's just so messed up. You can't really apply logic to crazy people. And you know, if you wanted to send your kid to a religious school, I wouldn't stop you. But it's sad that this is now going to be a fear that, like, if you opt to send your kid to a religious school in a city, you just need to have one lone, vaguely attached lunatic who decides that their needs are more important than anything in the world. Because that was true of the Nashville shooter too, right? The person had gone to that school as well.
Well, didn't we have another church attack like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? But they had an armed guard there, and then they had somebody else who like ran him over. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was at a church. I mean, like, sorry, I don't know if I'm interrupting someone.
No. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just say, like, there are different organizations, and I could, you know, name them specifically, but they'll go out of their way to say, like, here are the attacks on our types of people. Like, the ADL does this, and they'll conclude that there are all kinds of, you know, white supremacy motivated attacks in the U.S. But I would be really curious to see, as much as you can, an accurate study of the attacks on religious schools and churches in America, because it's increasingly, to me, seeming like it's not an extremist from another religion, but people who are fed and indulged in their ideology, thinking that they are in a different body. And I think once you begin to say, like, oh, we accept you, you open the door for this kind of thinking. I mean, if this person is saying, I have cancer and this is how I've always wanted to go out, so I'm going to do it, like, what a horrible, selfish thought process that's obviously been indulged their entire life.
Yeah, let me bring up this manifesto quick. And we are going to talk about other stuff too.
As you pull that up, there's been 5 major kind of trans shooting school events within the last couple months that I think are worth talking about, because I don't think this is an anomaly. I think this is a trend that I only see being exacerbated here. But we had the Nashville school shooter, the Aberdeen school shooter, the Denver school shooter, the Iowa school shooter, the Lakewood school shooter, all being done by trans individuals. And I think this type of, you know, behavior and this type of drugging and giving hormones, especially to young children, creates a lot of unstable situations. And I think this is one of the byproducts of the left normalizing mental illness. And I think that's the issue that's very difficult to talk about, but I think it needs to be talked about in a rational way now more than ever.
Well, what is it, the chicken or the egg, do you think, Andrew? Like, are crazy people more likely to be trans, or are trans people more likely to be crazy? Like, it seems like this is, I mean, as a percentage, now if we really include if we define, you know, mass shootings are different than school shootings, right? There's a mass shooting every weekend in Chicago. But these, like, kind of planned statement events, like, is it just happenstance that they also seem to always be trans, or is there something maybe more sinister going on there?
Well, they don't. Like, the left is going to argue this out, and their argument's going to be, well, it's actually a small percentage of all of these shooters which are trans, but there's probably an overrepresentation of them which are trans, if you take it into, like, its per capita size, I would assume. The thing here that's really interesting is, I'm kind of reading through the manifesto, you have to remember that the entirety of trans ideology is defined by self-loathing. The entirety of it is defined by self-loathing. The whole thing is that you hate yourself, you hate your body, you hate everything about you, and so you need to change it, right? That's kind of the idea. The thing is even in this manifesto, this person starts off with self-loathing. I spend so much time staring at the mirror. When I do, I see something staring back, shorthunting. I hate that monster. I hate what I've become. I wish I was someone else. I wish I had never been born. Giving you the self-loathing glimpse into what it is that they actually think about them. So do I think that they start as crazy people before they move over to being trans, as far as the chicken and the egg? I do. I think that they start with the idea of self-loathing, and that begins to take over the mind.
Yeah, they even say specifically, like, I wonder how the news will report my attack. Will the school system even acknowledge it? Well, obviously, I assume they will. This isn't religion. It isn't politics. There's no message. That's the message. There is no message.
Yeah, I do this for chaos.
Right. I did this for me. Mm-hmm. This is what I wanted to do. By the way, I accidentally started 2 separate YouTube streams at the same time, so I'm going to disable one of them right now. So if your stream ends, just go back to the main page of the YouTube channel and join the stream. I did that again. I did that yesterday because I'm trying to stream out to like 10 different spots to promote like this week.
All right.
Give our guests a big platform. So let me do that quick. So if yours ends, it's still on the same channel. It's just the other stream now. What do you think,
guys? So I don't know. Should I go right to the government center and
the acrylic alphabet?
hand this over?
Spent a lot of time. Like when I looked at the manifesto too.
So if I mail it, it could take forever.
Well written, like really, like they wrote it in the acrylic alphabet, but like it was very. I mean, the penmanship was really good. It was really thought. Not a single scratched out word.
It's obviously a labor of really sick, twisted love.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't like he crumpled it up, put it in his pocket. There isn't a single correction on any of the pages.
I think I'm just going to go into downtown Toledo and
well, you don't want your legacy to
hand this over myself.
Yeah, no. I suppose maybe
the way I know it got there.
He just ripped out the whole page and started over.
Took you guys in with me.
Mistakes. Or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
we'll make a thing out of this.
You definitely wouldn't want. This is the thing that they're going to find. This is the thing that's going to be shown. You can't have your penmanship out.
One Government Center, Toledo, Ohio. All right. All right.
You can't have scratched out likely other insane writings from this lunatic, which will probably never be public. What I'm curious about is if there's a 58, 59, 60. It's even dated. It's even date stamped at the top, right? It's like, so this is exactly where you can always find it.
Oh, that's a great catch. Yeah, he wrote it.
What happened? See, there the sound just disappeared again. Cut it out.
8/16.
Yeah, it's between 56, 57, and here's our date stamp for it. Like, you're going to know that all the information is there for you to reference as quickly as possible. Why? Because it needs to get in front of the media, it needs to get in front of streamers, like is what's going on right now, influencers. That's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mean, to honor Luke, I mean, I had the video. If you'd rather I didn't play it, I'm totally fine not playing it. There's lots to talk about today, but he did upload like an 11-minute video where he goes page by page by page by page. So like it will get this in this case, it actually will get out there, and I think that's important. I think your point, Andrew, too, that like this dude wanted it out there, and that's why he like scheduled the YouTube videos to release, because those videos are never going to get taken down. Like they're going to be on the internet forever.
Well, I mean, it's your call. It's whatever you want to do here specifically. I don't like telling people what to do. I did see it on YouTube originally, and then YouTube took it down, but then someone else re-uploaded it. Now it's also on Twitter, so it is being shared around pretty wildly.
Well, I think we can skip it. I mean, they did this. Well, you mentioned the MK Ultra stuff.
This was within private conversations of what I was talking to you as there's.
Gooder?
Oh, should we not talk about that?
I don't want to talk about it publicly.
Okay.
I was just sharing a private comment of my own personalized speculation and theoretical thinking that was just thinking out loud and not something I want to publicize or talk about now at this particular moment, as we still don't know exactly what's going on here.
Can you go back to that first picture, Drew?
Yeah. This one?
No, the first one that showed.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
This one.
Okay, gotcha. So it looks like an AR platform was used, right? So that would be the demonized portion.
Yep.
But again, even on this, it's actually really hard to write on a gun.
Yes, it is.
Very good penmanship here for somebody writing on a gun, isn't it?
That's what I'm noticing a trend here. Like This is extremely legible, extremely photographic. And again, like, this person filmed all of this before to make sure it got out there. Maybe they were like, well, the last time one of us did it in Nashville, you know, their message, I don't know if we ever even got what that woman wrote on that gun, her guns. We know that there was writings on it because we could see it in the police body cam
You
footage.
see that, you see up there at the top where it says bold?
Yeah.
You see how there's drip under the B? It makes me think that this was done with white nail polish.
Okay. Or I was thinking like a paint pen or something like that. But it's pretty, nail polish wouldn't be bad because it's pretty, like paint pen's thicker. Like, it's not a
that's
fine
very
point
thin,
like that.
very thin lettering. So then there's some drip off of the B, and also down there in the D, you see the drip on the back, and makes me think that you know, it went over to the nail polish. Oh, I have white nail polish.
Yeah.
Or
and it's still incredibly steady hand. Like, look at the McVeigh here. Like, perfectly written, even the small C like you're supposed to, and like extremely legible.
Look at the two capitals, right?
Right.
He even remembered to put in two capitals for a proper name, which is something that I wouldn't do.
I wouldn't either. I certainly.
Yeah.
I also
know a lot about the situation none of you would do.
I probably wouldn't do a school shooting. Yep. But there's also, I noticed. I saw, so he had like some anti-Jew stuff on, but like so did a lot of these shooters. And so like my initial thing was like, oh, it's a Free Palestine person. But like, that's also something that I see, like he had N Donald Trump on his, but he also had
endorsed Brandon Herrera, who's like a Republican.
Yeah, endorsed Brandon Herrera for president.
But the anti-Jewish coalition of dissident right wingers also want to end Trump's career. Right? They also think that Trump is he's Israeli shield,
Israeli cuck,
and he's completely beholden to him. So the other thing is McVeigh also folds into that message pretty nicely. That's something there's.
Kerry,
Well, so thing is, it's like I'm not seeing necessarily.
She's basically a sister to me.
Look a little bit memey. I agree with that. Look a little bit memey, and it also could be that this person, in their insane craze on the way out, wanted to frame up the dissident right.
I wonder if he's going to take her name
all the time. Especially from the crazy leftoids. They do this constantly. Leftoids are usually the first ones who are in the chats saying,
or hyphenate his last name,
Jews and this and that, purposely in order to get various channels struck or to bring out the worst elements on the internet. So it actually wouldn't surprise me if this person was an online troll. That's what this looks like to me.
Yeah. Well, I think we're getting too much into the weeds because he shot up a Catholic school, right? I think we have to not really just get lost by the kind of duplicitous, kind of weird messaging, but understand he went after school children that were specifically religious and believed in Jesus Christ.
Maybe. Yeah. We don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out here is motivation. Right?
Yeah, we know that people choose schools because they're soft targets and because they make, a big impact. But we don't know that he had anything against Christianity. I mean, by his own writings, he had a great relationship with his mom and his dad, and his mom and his dad supported his transness. And, he went out of his way to say in his goodbye letter, this isn't about religion, I'm going to show a little bit of it because I just want to show, this is goodbye letters. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. But he's just like a memester. He reminds me of a 4chan guy.
This is why I think you need to get as many teenagers off the internet as possible for huge amounts of time during their developmental years. Because some of it is yes, tons of memes, and maybe he's trying to target one group or maybe not. But also this person is clearly begging for online infamy because this is all they know. It's the worst consequences of
this would be something too.
Screens.
I don't know these names. Do you guys? There's the names of. There's 3 names here. Aravir Holmes, Lanza
Actually, I think you're wrong. I think there's 6 names there. I don't think that's first and last names. I think that these are all first names, and that's why you see Out of Lanza is the second. That would be Out of Lanza, right? The shooter. So I would assume, and same thing with Holmes. That's another shooter.
Oh, these are shooters' names.
Yes, I think these are shooters' names, and that these are sequential. These are all first names, so he's actually writing 6 names there instead of 3. Now, I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But that's what it appears.
Yeah, I mean...
No, I think you're right. Putin's the Texas Tower shooter.
Right, yep. And he has, like, kick a stick. Like, okay, so he doesn't like Mexicans? There's so much, like, weird stuff. Like...
I mean, that's kind of funny.
I mean, it's kind of funny. Well, I hate to admit it, but, like, when I watch this video, the guy's kind of funny. Like... he's like unironically, like he's like guaranteed he's on like 4chan memeing, and like he reeks of a guy who grew up.
You see on the back there,
it's kind of like the Northwest side, kind of takes you right through it.
It said, "Do you believe in God?"
Oh, yeah.
We're heading pretty much directly east right now.
That was
to the left, just 3 miles is Michigan.
They said that.
Said yes, they shot you, right?
Yeah.
That was
and it kind of turns down a little bit into the belly of the city.
Now, this is the first time I've seen any of this, so this is just a cursory
lots of trees.
Take. Just it all seems between the magazines and the messaging that actually what all of this is a shout out to other shooters.
Yeah,
this is all
I would try to take you guys inside, but I think they really flip out about fucking cameras here, and I don't want to deal with that today. I got a concert to go tonight. Somebody says something stupid to me, I'll get really dumb.
Thing that happened in Wisconsin. He also wore a KMFDM shirt, just like the Columbine shooters, and the Wisconsin girl. Same thing. She had like pictures of school shooters, like in a locket or something like that. So these people, what's wild is like, he's got the N-word on here, not a hard R, but like a lot of this stuff, yeah, like this is just some weird schizo anarchist guy, is my guess, who also happened to be trans, just like literally every other one of them. He's got videos like reading instruction manuals from washer and dryers, like very weird stuff. But he does when he like does.
Mine didn't even come with instruction manuals.
When he talks about his parents,
it says like scan the barcode if you want to read about it, but if you're too dumb to figure this out.
Because also I don't know what this is. This is him like going through the book, but it looks.
Yeah, rewind that, Jeremy.
Yeah, this is the church
right from the beginning. Yeah, so this is interesting. So remember that first book that we looked at, the pages were numbered 56, 57. Yeah. You look at this book, though, there's multiple blank pages before he gets to things that are actually put in here, which makes me think that 56, 57, that first book may not be the actual last pages.
Right. Or it could be like, yeah, so he's got the church here. I mean, not really a pretty...
Never scan, it's a trap.
But,
I scan all the time, man. Get the beer menu, everything.
Right, yeah. And then this says, Beards, what the hell does this say? Bands and artists something enough to write, I like enough to write down. Yeah. So he's like, these are all my favorite bands. And again, so, like, I don't know.
I noticed that the penmanship there is a lot worse.
It's a lot scribblier, a lot more. You know what I find? I think his penmanship on his manifesto and on his guns looks very female. And then, like, this looks very male. Like, men.
To me, it reminds me of, like, when you are writing a school assignment intentionally trying to be clear versus, like, you actually are brainstorming. It's like 2 different notebooks. One to just, like, idea dump horrible things
for publishing.
And one to discover. Yeah.
Yeah. He also says, like, in one of his, like, in his goodbye letter, like, don't read my journals unless you really want to. I'm assuming his journals.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know,
I think it was a restaurant, wasn't it?
all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it was that
Bricktown
Bricktown or whatever it is.
99.
Baker's Village or whatever, Bakertown.
7/5/25. So interesting.
No, this is
56 to 57 were new.
quartering.
What the hell?
I bet you'll find a first draft of it. I don't think this is like he sat down.
Timcast is usually at 8 p.m. I mean, he does that 1 hour show during the day too, but he hasn't even been doing it. I don't know if he's been sick or if he's just taking some time off. But he's actually had somebody filling in for him even at night lately. So, I don't watch him enough to know.
So it's possible.
When he gets certain guests on there, I'll make sure I'm trying to watch it. Yeah, most of the time.
Why should you care about this? But it seems like something that you shouldn't care about. Well, this dude wrote code. He wrote the entire first thing in code. There's not really a good reason for me to assume that he's not coding other messages here.
That's true, and now it's out there, right? There may be people who know that code, and like, it could be something.
Yeah, I think it's just your phone wouldn't do it.
I noticed this.
Your phone's
there was like
camera software
666
wouldn't interpret it.
Say hypothetically that referred to page, line, word, or something like he had like codes written on the guns.
Pretty sure your newer phone would do it.
It's possible.
But not all.
Hopefully, he quit.
Not all of these have a date.
He's made enough money, man.
No, he's
fucking multi-millionaire.
That's for sure. Like there's some bizarre code that's going on here, along with just the writing itself. There's other codes that are
the Beanie Man.
Internet solutions are cracking it. I'm not any good at that, but I can recognize pretty easily that there's a bizarre pattern here, which makes me think that there's codes all throughout these books. There's other messages trying to be conveyed here.
Yeah. Let me. I have to step away for just 1 second, but Hannah Claire sent this like literally just like 2 minutes. This article.
Well, Luke's on this show. He does this show twice a week.
And
he's on there now. He's just not. He's not happy that they're even talking about this stuff right now. I don't understand
why I hate it.
It's going to be a flash in the pan, just like every other fucking shooting and stuff like that.
Might as well be right back.
Take advantage of it.
You want to put it on screen before you go?
I know it's kind of sick.
Okay. So you guys have probably seen this. It's making a round today in mainstream news, but there is a family that's suing an AI company over the fact that their teenage son started using it to research like homework questions, doing whatever, and then became one of these kids that is talking about their anxiety and depression and their feelings. And the family is saying that that ChatGPT never intervened, and even when the kid was like detailing his plans to end his own life, there was nothing done. And in fact, in some ways, they've used the term a suicide coach. I know from what I know about you, Andrew, you have well versed in theology. I'm wondering if you feel like companies like ChatGPT have any moral or ethical obligation to intervene, or if this is something like we've opened Pandora's box and you're going to get these horrible results.
Well, I mean, if the goal of AI is to
screwworm,
to make a machine which is self-aware, sentience, consciousness, there's some type of consciousness, then from the theological view, you should burn it with fire. Essentially, like that's not anything we want. On the other hand, that's not what it is right now. What it is right now is
so if they've paid
research.
Hollywood Casino has a billboard there saying that they've and payouts this year. Imagine what they've made.
There's no knowledge there, right? It's just operating off of.
Because they wouldn't be around if they were just paying out and not making money.
Is there an obligation for companies to provide buffers?
Oh, that's been known for a long time.
Have an obligation when they're
he's just too narcissistic, and pretty much the beanie is his character, you know. But yeah, there's pictures of him without a beanie on. Yeah, he's just got fuzz. He just had fuzz on top. I don't know if he just. If I'm him, I just shave it off. I just shave everything, you know. Go nice and shiny.
Which is that it's all the rage and trend with teenagers right now to talk about deconstructing their childhood, talk about their anxiety, talk about how they were.
He just got married and had a baby.
All kinds of shit, right? That mid-19th.
Yeah, he just had a baby recently.
It's just part of fitting in. You know what I mean? So I'm not so sure how much you could prove that AI had anything to do with that anyway.
Well, that's hair plugs. I mean, that's the opposite of shaving it. Must did. And plus, he's got the ability for whatever treatments and whatever, you know. The richest man in the world. You can.
Act. It was literally called the Cheeseburger Act, where you couldn't sue fast food companies for making you fat anymore. That's highly addictive food, all right? Highly addictive food, and people go back to eat it again and again and again and again, but we seem to want to put some personal responsibility on them for the fact that they're doing that. And here with ChatGPT and these emergent technologies, we don't actually know the rules yet. In fact, for most of the internet, we don't really know the rules yet. We don't know the rules for podcasting, for new media, for dissident media. We don't really know the rules for any of this. We don't.
So I'm going in that big bill. Wait, yeah, I'm back.
Radio and TV news, and all the rules are out the window. So nobody even knows how to engage with these things. So I don't think a lawsuit like that.
Was there a meter on this? Oh, maybe that's a handicap. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna park here and walk over there. This is just.
To your earlier point, like if you have.
You pay for the lots. It's fucking expensive. Let me turn the camera around.
Or Instagram rolls out Instagram Teen. All of these things. Any child that wants to get around them.
I'm trying to drop this off so I don't even have to mail it.
It's more, to me, it seems like a safeguard for the company to say, oh, we did our best. We tried. You know, it's
what is
falls back on the parents. I mean,
20,
it is very
27,
tragic that people are, taking on lives. On the other hand,
I gotta give them my 30 cents or 50 cents. Here, you guys will have to listen to something else because I'm taking my phone with me. I'll put it on. Source. Serious.
OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/patriot and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/patriot. openphone.com/PATRIOT.
Football is finally back, and so is the hard-hitting gridiron action on Prize Picks. Kick off the season right and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5.
All right, I'll be right back.
Best place to put your takes.
Hey, Truth Spitter, I'll be right back.
Players across any sport pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you can cash in. Prize Picks is also available in 40+ states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. With simple stats and user-friendly policies, Prize Picks is the most fan-friendly app for your picks. We don't play about your money. All transactions on the app are fast, safe, and secure. Don't miss any of the action on Prize Picks. With preseason football underway and college football already kicking off, download the Prize Picks app today and use code WILLCOW and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code WILLCOW on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups just for playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago Senator Dick Durbin. And now Dick Durbin has a new scheme. a government takeover of your credit card. Today, consumers have thousands of choices in credit cards, all with equal, strong security. But Durbin's plan is less competition and less security. And that means more risk for your credit and your identity. Tell Republicans in Congress, stop Dick Durbin's takeover of your credit card before it's too late.
This is Stephen A. Smith, excited for my return to Sirius XM and Mad Dog Sports Radio. Some of you think y'all already said it all. Nonsense. You haven't heard sports talk like this? Passionate, opinionated, and an unfiltered, uncompromising viewpoint. You think you got what it takes to talk sports with me? Well, I'm a phone call away. But you better bring it. The Stephen A. Smith Show debuts Tuesday, September 2nd at 1 Eastern, exclusively on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
Do you wake up every morning wondering, or should I say worrying, how pain is going to affect your day? Well, Sam used to, but not anymore. Let me tell you his Relief Factor story. At 73, Sam is not slowing down. He's still long-distance trekking, snowshoeing, and hunting with heavy backpacks. His secret? Relief Factor. It helped him manage severe pain in his legs, and now even with the leg pain behind him, he still takes Relief Factor as maintenance to keep inflammation at bay and keep him on the trails. Look, if you're living with aches and pains, see how Relief Factor, a daily drug-free supplement, can help you feel better and live better. Join the over 1 million people who've turned to Relief Factor just like Sam. Call now. Try their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Don't let pain keep you from living every day the way you want to. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Your crazy uncle's favorite radio show, The Will Count Majority.
You know, that was... I don't know if Dr. Creighton's still listening. That was a sincere... You know, that's what makes doing this job worth it. That's what makes doing this job worth it. Because especially, you know, one of the funny things about this is, and it's like the Wokel Guide to Two-Way Media Perception. If you went to college and you're a conservative, the criticism will be, well, of your major, your grade point average, you know, where you went to school, whatever. If you're a progressive, your academic pedigree speaks for itself. No questions asked. If you're a conservative and you didn't go to college, you're just uneducated. If you're a progressive, you're an artist or an activist. One of the most insulting things about, at least in the political commentary world, is that there's no standard to speak out as a progressive. But if you're a conservative, you're constantly having your intellect questioned. Constantly. But if you take the progressive side, it doesn't. There's no question. In other words, if a pop singer or a rock singer or an actor or a comedian has something to say about politics and they're taking the progressive side of it, then there's no question. Even if what they're saying is foolish and totally ignorant, they're still counted in. They're still given credibility because they feel something. You know, feel something. But if you're a conservative, even if you articulate things, look, it's one thing when I explain how we can wind down Social Security. I'm not demanding that a Democrat caller go, "Wow, Andrew, you really proved your point, and I guess I now have to change my point of view." What I would like is, you know what? I don't like your idea, but at least you thought it through. At least you at least articulated it. I mean, throwing a fit, getting angry, demonstrating rage is enough, right? Just being outraged, just being offended. You're not even allowed to say, "Why are you offended?" There are people that are perpetually offended by everything and think that's the stand-in for actually knowing something. Again, with this whole debate over the Smithsonian, there's this whole debate over this federally funded, mostly federally funded museum system. President Trump is saying, shouldn't there be something good that you display about the United States? And I saw a really incredible quote in The Hill. Headline, Parks and Museums emerge now as culture war battlegrounds. And of course, The Hill's view is that Trump is trying to realign and take over. No. It's saying that there are wonderful things about this country, and those things should also be taught. I want you to listen to this. This quote is amazing. Mike Gonzalez, a senior fellow at the Conservative Heritage Foundation, described the administration's effort as restoring the proportionality to the way history is told. No liberal democracy can exist by constantly denigrating itself. No confident democracy can be a democracy or confident if all you do is self-flagellate. That's correct. That's absolutely the 100% right way to look at that. Way to go, Mr. Gonzalez. That we just had Dr. Creighton on, who wanted to talk about why kids are becoming more and more depressed. Well, if you're telling them the world, if all you tell them is the world around them is awful, there's no opportunity, that they're all victims in some way, that every child should see themselves only through the lens of being a victim. Well, I'm not shocked that so many kids think the world is this terrible, horrible place. If the only lesson you learn, again, I asked the question. See, this would be one of those debates. If I was surrounded by 20 Democrats, 20 college professors, I would ask, do Spanish children only learn about the conquistadors and the effects Spain had on Latin America? Do the French only learn about their colonialism in Asia and in Africa and in the Caribbean? Do they? Do Japanese children only learn about Imperial Japan? Of course not. Of course not. The French teach their history, good and bad. I'm sure Spanish children are raised to love their nation and for what good it has done. It's only this country where we're told the only way to have education is to ignore any good. The past was all bad. And then you get educational materials that aren't even truthful, like Project 1619. That is not truthful. No historian, any historian worth their salt, can say that the nation was founded on the institution of slavery. See, then here comes the Irish. Are you saying slavery wasn't bad? Did I say that? I said the nation wasn't founded on slavery. Slavery was a global condition practiced by many different peoples and many different cultures. We were not exclusive. And slavery was, if someone says white people invented slavery to suppress black people, really? That's not true. That is not true. There is nothing wrong with saying,
how's Tampa?
That if you're going to teach the bad, and you should teach the bad, you're also going to teach the good. If you say there's no good, Michelle Obama, this is the first time I'm proud of there's no good in America, then why are you here? We're fighting to change things. Yes. Getting rid of slavery, an incredible thing. Nobody denies that.
All right.
You're saying there's not race.
I forgot I had my knife on me. I had to hide it and say it was my belt buckle.
If they think the world would be a better place if black people were enslaved, that person is in a minuscule minority. But if you teach, let's say we're talking about a predominantly...
Yep, mission accomplished. Dropped it off directly with them. That way I don't have to worry about them saying they didn't get it in the mail. I handed it to the person who's going to write the check.
The Democrat Party while you're at it.
So,
right? You don't remind them who founded the Klan, who gave us Jim Crow, who gave us segregation. And you tell them day in and day out, being black in America means you'll never get ahead. This country's racist. You're being held down by the system. The system will always be run by white male oppressors. After 18 years of that, if that kid's got a chip on their shoulder, I wouldn't be surprised. You should teach the good and the bad and the good.
I need to grab something to eat and head home.
Right. No society can survive the long haul by only telling members of the society that the society around them is corrupt.
Actually, we may just leave early and grab something. I think I'm just going to head to the house.
Would hate their own country if that's all you fed them. That's a really great quote, by the way. That's actually a really great quote. Nobody says deny the past. But there's good. Teach the good as well. Okay, well, we're pretty much out of time here. Sorry to get you.
Let me ask the wife what she wants to do. That's always the better plan. Always a gooder plan to make sure that you're doing what the wife wants.
Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. Handling next, Levin Stacey Washington, Sirius XM Patriot.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college. Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. That's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/apply. That's ethos.com/apply. Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Attention investors looking for a solid investment with a proven track record.
Yeah, I'm good.
How about the leisure vacation, RV, and campground destination?
It's all good.
It's the fastest growing sector in real estate today. The demand can't keep up. These resort properties are now approved for IRAs, self-directed IRAs, and 401k plans. To find out how you can own part of a resort property, go to resortpropertiesgroup.com. Resortpropertiesgroup.com or call 888-307-1685. That's 888-307-1685. Resortpropertiesgroup.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax
all good.
for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process.
No, she's at work. I just wanted to know because if she wanted to go somewhere to eat before we go to the concert, or she'd want me to bring something home. So
your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today.
I guess I can start heading toward home. She's getting off a little early today. She's supposed to anyway.
800-611-8892. 800-611-8892. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Individual freedom.
Opening act for Whiskey Myers at the zoo today.
Channel 125. Conservative principles live here.
It's Philip Bowen and the Ransom Brothers. So there is. Hey, Jody.
17 others, including 14 kids, have been wounded, some in critical condition. The shooting this morning during Mass at the Annunciation Catholic School. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara reports about the shooter.
We believe it is one suspect, a sole shooter. We believe he is deceased.
Oh, shit. Got me winding through town here.
An extensive known criminal history, and we are looking through information left behind to try and determine some type
All right, we're moving now. Let's turn the camera around.
With Minnesota's governor and the
Minnesota's governor. I'm sure he's.
Shooting at the Catholic school. The president called Governor Tim Walz about the shooting. Earlier, he had posted online that he had been fully briefed on the incident and that the FBI quickly responded. The president described the shooting as tragic and horrible and asked people to join him.
Hamburger Mary's.
For everyone involved. House correspondent Greg Cluxton. President Trump is scoring points in addressing urban crime.
A poll from the Associated Press North Center for Public Affairs Research shows 81% of Americans see crime as a major problem in large cities. Slightly more than half of U.S. adults say they approve of the president's handling of crime. But the poll shows there is less public support for federal takeovers of local police departments.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understood it.
The National Guard to the District of Columbia and is threatened to expand that model to other cities across the country.
Hang on, let me look at it again with a fresh head.
Overall approval rating has increased to 45%
I don't know.
now.
I can eat anything, but we may just grab something at the bar before dinner or before the concert. Because there's two opening acts. Oh, that's a nice backpack. Nice rucksack, actually.
Your home has become one of your greatest assets. If you're staying put this summer, this might be the perfect time to put that.
We got the spiffiest homeless folks around here.
Helping your kids get their start, this should be creating more margin in your financial life. Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans are the only ones I trust to guide you through it. They've done loans for my family. They tailor every loan to fit your goals. Fellowship is a direct lender and operates with your best interest in mind. If you're looking to access your equity through a refi or exploring a HELOC for some cash this summer for a second property or maybe tackle those updates you've been putting off, start with people you trust. People
Ron's Boar.
FellowshipHomeLoans.com/Mike G. FellowshipHomeLoans.com/Mike G. Or call 800-510-MIKE. 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans. Mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide mortgage bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 81932. From the foreign desk, Ukrainian drone attacks on oil refineries have some Russian regions running on empty. Responded Charles Ellen.
Gas stations have run dry in some regions of Russia after Ukrainian drones struck refineries and other oil infrastructure over recent weeks. Motorists are waiting in long lines and officials resorting to rationing or cutting off sales altogether. Wholesale prices on the St. Petersburg International Exchange for the highest octane spiked to record highs last week, hitting rates about 50% higher than in January, as demand soared from farmers seeking to bring in the harvest and Russians hitting the roads for a last big vacation of the summer. Russian media outlets report fuel shortages in several regions in the Far East and in the Crimean Peninsula.
I think I'll just take the trail.
News and analysis at townhall.com.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000?
It was a pleasant drive on the way home.
Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These
Let's turn the scanner back on.
A portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues.
For 198 dispatch.
198.
We got a 3308 Mercer.
3308 Mercer.
lose everybody? It's like one person in each format on the counter. You still here, Canariensis? Canariensis missing. All right, I'll get you a new. Let's do it. See, Rumblebot's acting weird. It's not hot. 12 of 12? Yeah. It is what it is. So much changes throughout the whole process, you know. It said I was like 9th or 10th out of 12. It said my son, who only participated in 2 rounds because he was cleaning the house, was first out of 12. So, I mean, it's all about keeping up with your team and picking up, you know, dropping your injuries or making sure your lineup's ready for each week. Because that's where the wins and losses come from. Yeah, I don't think that's how it's going to play out. Let's just put it that way. Oh, my phone is getting hot. Let's plug it in when we get home. Leave it unplugged for now. Yeah, I think you sent a screenshot, but it didn't come through on Telegram. Is this really that quiet, the scanner?
On Tuesday, Thompson.
Yes, it is.
Okay. This is big. Frost, it's going to be a truck. This is for Tanger for Loot Ice.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I get, my son was like, oh, it looks like I'm going to get first place. I'm like, you want to bet? You want to bet? I think you only set your lineup up 4 times last year. And one of them was when you were playing me, because I don't like playing dead players. Takes away the fun. Top off my gas tank.
231.
Additional 236
236, got it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense. Although it's kind of weird because, I mean, who's going to pick someone that's on the verge of getting cut? You know? Yeah, I mean, it just takes the fun out of it, you know? Play against somebody who has 3 people, you know, that aren't even playing or on a bye week or something, you know, that's, you know, and I'm working to make sure my lineup's as good as it can be.
Paper surf, go ahead.
I'm only in a couple this year. I'm in this one, and I'm in a Yahoo one.
25 Arlington, apartment G. George 203.
3325 Arlington, apartment G 203.
But they better be doing the draft pretty soon on that one. I don't even think they've scheduled it yet. It's online as well, online draft. So they'll probably end up just filling that up with available players. That's when I first started doing. We used to do offline through Yahoo. But I couldn't recover my old Yahoo username. Yeah, Anna's tough to get a hold of. Matt just didn't give a shit. That's why he's not in it. I think Eggsy's the one that's going to need the help this year. Why does Amazon keep kicking it? Oh, she didn't reply.
That's the one I need to search.
198.
Please give me the last name of my LSO and give me a G George, please.
865 NG George.
Oh, thank you.
That Pittsburgh guy. He actually kind of pays attention. He just has to remember to do it. He was competitive first year. I think he just got busy last year. But I've seen people lose the first 3 weeks and then come back and just clean clocks. Grab some gas real quick here at the Sheets because it's the only place that hasn't shut up in price around here. That's pretty decent. Nice little comeback there. Hey, 357. Man, busy gas station. Yeah, it went up here too, but not nearly as much as the other ones around here. Get a gobs. What the hell's a gobs? What's a gobs? Be right back. Cake with cream? Ooh, it sounds like good. I don't think 357 is. Although I think he's on standby for if we get a no-show player. Now I gotta go see what a gobs is.
We're at 3200 Glendale, apartment number 3.
It's full, but we probably have a couple players that aren't going to participate. We're going to see what happens the first week because we only had like 4 people in the draft, so but there's 12 slots. Go ahead. I'm going over there. I'm going in. I got to see what a gobs is. Nah, probably this year. It's gay.
One, dispatch, Edward.
That's a 198 dispatch.
198.
Once again, can I please have the last 3 of the LSO and give me a paper serve, please?
867 on paper serve.
Sorry, what was that? 3 digits.
867.
Thank you.
168. General broadcast 701 Conant Street. It's going to be at the Black Castle. Some mail car mark states 2 white males left intoxicated in a black sedan with a plate George X-ray George 4080. He's unsure where they went from there. 701 Conant. 168. But
Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, go Longhorns.
one, they dispatch in the area.
I'm a Michigan fan, so.
That's a 198 dispatch.
198.
Please put me out of the corners of it.
Yeah, hopefully they come through. I'd love to see Ohio State get trounced on.
One, they dispatch.
Would be nice.
George.
Yeah, Ohio State. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they don't seem to pan out in the NFL too much, but no. What's the new thing with Portnoy? I know he's a Michigan fan. I'm excited to see this Bryce Underwood play in college.
That's the one I need this fast picture, please.
Picture. One picture 3 dispatch. More front there. We are in our lobby with any complaints. Oh, lobby.
I was taking off, and then he started going up this hill and slowing down. Port, Oklahoma. Huh? Why, is he supposedly a jinx or something? It's in Michigan this year, so. I'm pretty sure he's been to every game in the last 4 years. Does Dave Portnoy attend the Ohio State Michigan game?
One 6-8 dispatch. 1-6-8. Can you attach me to that student side on Key Street, please? Connor Key.
Oh, yeah, they are. Well, he's saying that they banned him last year
1-7 dispatch.
from the stadium, his Barstool football show. They're saying they didn't. Ohio State has no choice of whether or not Michigan lets them be there, though. Yeah, I can see the story. I just looked it up. Well, his son just played pretty recently. Chris Sims. Oh, okay. Pug gal here in front of me. Does she have pugs or does she look like a pug? Yuck, yuck, yuck. Came right back on. Hello, Glitch. I think this bus's radio system keeps screwing things up. Plus, I got a phone call. I should have had my calls forwarded on this. It's not lagging. Yeah. I'm getting it reconnected right away, but it keeps disconnecting the Rumble Studio. I don't either, but it's like CB. I don't know. I don't know what they use. I don't know what it always disconnects when I'm going over that high level bridge. Everything wireless fucking gets squirrely there. I don't know what emanates from there. If it's just a scrambler or something. But I gave the bus a long head start this time. We're turning here. Oh, what the hell's this? It's a big truck. Hydro Cedar. Huh. A neighbor's paying to have their grass grow better. Always thought that was funny. I'd pay to just have my grass stop growing and just stay the length that it is. All right, guys. I might go live for the concert. We'll see. If not, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.